All right, we'll see if we can get into these highlights from Saturday's big win against Kings. Let's see if we can get these up and rolling in a minute here. You know, Coach, 36-21 win at Kings College. You know, as an offense, we're really starting to put some points on the board and really starting to find our identity and, you know, execute Coach's game plan. Touch on how we're really starting to come along as a unit, you know, really at the right time.
I think there's no substitution for game experience. I think the more that we're together, the more that we're playing, the more that we're doing this. And we talked about it a few weeks ago on this very show. I told you that we were going to start to hit our stride. And certainly I'm very excited to see where this thing goes.
You know, Chris Hopp, you know, he got his first start of the season at quarterback this week and is really starting to settle into his role himself. You know, it shows that he's starting to lead us on the offensive side of the ball and take command. And, you know, really the offensive line, I got to give them a shout out. They're doing a great job of giving him time to make plays too, Coach. Oh, absolutely. I mean, this was no doubt when you look at the win, from offense to defense to special teams, everybody again contributed. You know, it's a three-headed monster. And certainly as a head football coach, you're excited about, you know, the fact that you're winning in different ways. You know, we're blocking kicks, we're scoring points, we're stopping them on third down. You know, when you're doing that, you're going to have a chance to be successful every Saturday afternoon. You know, I'm glad you brought up special teams because once again, it was the momentum changer this week, Coach. Laquan Robinson not only had an interception, but also did a great job once again of returning punts. And sophomore James Scholl blocked a huge punt to turn the game around. How important is it to have solid special teams all around? As Coach Brzezinski's really doing a great job coaching the guys up. Yes, he is. He's doing an outstanding job. I can't be more happy or excited about what our special teams are doing. We put a lot of time in it, and it's good to see it show up on Saturdays. And I think the guys are buying in, and they're understanding just how important it is in terms of winning close ball games. Now defensively Saturday, the defensive line did a great job of getting pressure on the quarterback as Shane Zunski continues to pad his stats with another 2 sacks, and the linebackers in secondary were making plays all day to help create turnovers. How important is it to win the turnover battle in each game, Coach? I know you guys spend a lot of time at that. Well, there's no doubt. When you're in a game, you know, whether it's against an opponent that's better than you or equal, you know, it's going to come down to turnovers. And for us, as we go down the home stretch in league play, we definitely have to be able to turn the football over because it showed on Saturday when we were able to get the offense multiple opportunities, they were able to put points on the board, and that's got to be our mission every week. You know, what are some of the things that you've really been working with the linebackers lately? You know, obviously, like I say every week, they're flying around, but our linebackers are playing at such a high level this year. You know, what do they have to do to keep continuing to play at that level? I think there's no doubt that they're playing hard, and that's where it starts. You know, the big things that we're working on this week, and we got to continue to get better at, is our pass coverage. You know, there's no doubt. You know, our linebackers are geared and they're pinning their ears back to stop the run. We got to work this week and in the coming weeks to just be a little bit better in the pass game. But there's no doubt I'm excited about, you know, the guys that we have, and the future looks bright with the young men that are, you know, playing for us. All right, we got our players of the game from Saturday's big win against Kings. We got sophomore quarterback Chris Hopp filling in for our wide receiver Cedric Clayton, who couldn't make it because he had a test today, and also junior defensive lineman Dan Casenza, and both of them are ecstatic about being here. Chris, second week in a row, and Dan, his first time here. Guys, we appreciate you taking the time to join us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, Chris, we're going to start with you. You know, respectfully, as I said, you're filling in for Cedric. You know, this was your first week starting at quarterback. Do you feel like you're starting to get a rhythm with the offensive guys and get a better understanding of what Coach Eager's trying to do?
Definitely. I mean, it just comes with reps, comes with time. You know, not even just this week starting. I think, you know, the 3 previous weeks, I still had a great idea of, you know, game plan-wise, what Coach Eager was trying to get accomplished. And, you know, it's helping a lot having a good game plan and understanding what he's trying to do. So I think, especially this week, you know, we went in, they threw us a couple curveballs, but what's real good is, you know, our coaching staff is great at you know, seeing things on the field, seeing how they're, you know, playing coverages or lining up defensively and making adjustments on the sidelines. So that was huge this week.
Now, Dan, you finished with 7 tackles on Saturday, 1 for a loss. Talk about how you guys defensively executed Coach Collins' game plan and did such a great job of getting pressure on the quarterback.
Well, it starts with practice. Coach Collins has us, you know, set up with the game plan and just basically the supporting cast. Everyone going to the right spot and doing their job. It really makes it easy, you know. It just falls into place the way it works out.
Now, Chris, you know, we're 2-0 right now, and like I was talking with Coach Collins earlier, we're happy about that, but talk about how we can't be complacent and how we got to keep the same intensity every day from practice into each game.
Yeah, definitely. This week's a huge week for us. Lycoming's a really good team. And, you know, I really think this is going to be, you know, I don't want to say a make or break point in the season, but, you know, to win this game and, you know, be 3-0 in the MAC and be able to take that confidence into the next, you know, 4 games would be enormous. You know, if you know, we were unfortunate enough to lose, you know, it's out of our hands. We gotta hope for, like Coach Collins was saying yesterday, gotta hope for something to happen. So I think this game is huge to win, to get confidence, and then to just keep rolling through the MAC.
Now, Dan, how's it been starting on the defensive line as a junior and learning from some of the older guys, such as Shane and Fredericks and Walsh? Talk about that.
It's been really fun. I mean, all these guys, they've played in the past few years, and I haven't. So it's been really good to see how they, handle themselves throughout the week, both mentally and how they physically prepare themselves. And they just know how to play the game. And one thing they keep in mind, that it's fun. It's supposed to be fun. And, that's how they have, they go through practice, they have fun. They go through the game, they have fun. And it just really helps me out when I'm trying to learn and play.
Now, Chris, I know you're not a big stat guy, but you went 16 for 31 on Saturday for 170 yards and 4 touchdowns. 3 of them went to Cedric. But you were also beating people with your legs, as you had a huge 46-yard run. Why do people ask you if you needed an oxygen tank after that run? Can you talk about that a little bit?
The big thing I think is a little bit of jealousy. I have some wheels. They don't always get seen. But, when I get an opportunity to show them off, I like to show them off. So, listening to the running backs and receivers come at me a little bit, it's all in fun. But these old knees, they've been holding up for me so far, and we'll see how far they can take me.
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here. In a race between you and Coach Zwan, who would win?
I really don't know if that's a serious question, Rick. I mean, obviously I would win. It might be close, but the real question would be who would win between probably Coach Zwan and Zach. That's a better question.
Now, Dan, you got the mohawk going on. What's up with the haircut? How long are you going to keep it for? Is it for good luck? Talk about that a little bit.
It was actually by mistake. Didn't even really mean to have it. My roommate Channing, who's on the offensive line, I asked him to just touch up my neck hair one night before Alfred, and there was no number on it, and he just started going up the back of my head. So I was like, oh, I might as well just get the mohawk now. And, I like it. I just keep it up, and I'll probably keep it the rest of the season. Depending on how the season goes, I might keep it until next year. We'll see.
I like that. Now, before we let you guys go, each of you, talk about what your favorite thing is about playing here at Widener. Start with you, Chris.
The atmosphere, all the seniors had senior speeches this summer during camp, and the big thing they talked about was the tradition that we have here, and it's a great tradition. It's a great conference. Playing in the MAC is one of the elite conferences in Division III football. So I would say, being a part of the Widener tradition is probably my favorite thing here.
How about you, Dan?
More than just the love for playing football, it's love for having fun when I'm playing football. And with all the guys here, I think it's really easy to do that. Once you go through camp and get to know everybody, see each other every day for all the months straight. It's just real easy to have fun, and that's what's really important.
Guys, we appreciate you taking the time to join us today, and hope to see both of you back as players of the game in the future.
Thanks
a lot, guys. Now, Coach, we travel up to Williamsport, PA this Saturday to play a 2-0 Lycoming team. There's no doubt that they're a physical team, but can you touch on how important it is to get a big win on the road this Saturday?
I think every young football team wants to have an opportunity to play in a game like this. You're going up against a very good football team. We've been talking all week. It's going to be a playoff, caliber team in a playoff environment. These are things that you just can't script. You want to put yourself in a position to play these types of games in the season, and it just happens to be that the winner's going to be controlling their destiny, and the loser's going to have to play catch up. So hopefully, if we can focus on the detail and get a little bit better at the things that we've been doing, we'll put ourselves in a position to walk off with a very, very big win.
Well, there's no doubt that we're going to be ready to go because we know how important it is on Saturday. But that's not the only thing that's important here today. Last week it was Coach Collins' birthday. He decided not to tell anybody, so we figured we were going to do a little something this week. Coach Collins turned 39 last Tuesday, so we're going to wish him a happy belated birthday. As the girls come out here, we're going to get him a little party hat on here, get him looking nice and good. And we got a little cake, too, from our proud sponsor, Maria's Mom's Italian Cookies in South Jersey. Look at him. He's looking good there. Looking fresh.
Thanks, absolutely.
We got some beef for him, too. We got a nice cake there. This is good stuff right here, Coach.
This is awesome. Thank you.
Speech.
Anything you'd like to say to your family at home or anybody watching right now?
Yeah, they're going to get a kick out of it, especially my kids. They're going to love it. But thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Hey, we appreciate you, Coach. We appreciate everybody taking the time to join us today as well. We got a big game coming up this Saturday as we'll travel to Lycoming. We'll go 2-0 in the conference. Look at them fresh glasses. You better believe he's going to be wearing them glasses if we win Saturday. Tune in to WidenerPride.com for live stats and live audio throughout the game. I'm your host, Rick Ritter, here with the birthday boy, Coach Collins, Chris Hopp, and Dan Cosenza. And we'll catch you next week on Kicking It with Coach. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Look at that picture.